Hey there, and welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm George, and this is Bit by Bit. Up today, we've got some new Atari cartridges coming for a system you may not be expecting. We've also got an ODE update that you probably want to avoid, and there's going to be a new horror game showcase just in time for Halloween that actually features some Atari games. All that and just a little bit more up next on Bit by Bit. Okay, as promised from somebody over at GamingTrend.com, ModRetro is releasing a 3-pack of Atari games for the Game Boy, and specifically their Chromatic device that they have just recently announced. I believe John actually already has one of these systems in hand because they sent it out to us. Thank you guys over at ModRetro. We appreciate that. Let's go into the games and the price. So first off, it's going to be $99.99, $100 for these 3 games. Now, I know that sounds expensive, but these are physical cartridges in boxes with all the trimmings, and their normal cartridges cost between $40 and $45. So 3 games would be about $120. You're paying $100, so you're going to save about $20 on this 3-pack. Now, where I think they might be missing the mark is they should really offer these games separately as well. It's nice to combine items, get a little bit of a discount, but offer them to us separately. Some people might want 1 or 2 of the games, but not all 3. Anyway, let's get into those games. First off is Asteroids from 92, Centipede from 98, and Super Breakout from 99. Now, you'll notice those dates are not the dates of the original Atari games, of course. These are the releases that were for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. And I say Game Boy Color because any eagle-eyed observer of this video will notice these screens that are right here on these chromatics definitely are not in that Game Boy grayish tone stuff. They are in full color. Now, I did a little bit of research before I started recording, and I went to go find out and make sure that these were the Game Boy Color versions. And I think they're slightly modified. The background that it shows right here on this one screen for Centipede, it's not in any of the gameplay footage I can find. Same thing with the Super Breakout. This whole little curvature of the Earth or planet kind of thing, or a force field, whatever that background is, not in any of the gameplay footage I can find. I did find an image that did suggest that maybe this is what the Asteroids version on Game Boy Color looked like. So I'll be interested if you guys can let me know down in the comments whether or not these are the original cartridge ROMs from the Game Boy Color, or if this is something that has been modified for one reason or another. They do say they're remastered right here, remastered in full color with brand new music tracks, which leads me to believe that some of the other elements of the games have probably been changed. Like I said, this is $99.99, and down here at the bottom, ModRetro will be at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo from October 17th through the 19th. Now, you guys can't see it right now, but maybe in that early shot when I introed the video, you can see I got a lot of stuff because John and I are going to the Retro Gaming Expo in Portland that same weekend. Maybe we'll get a chance to get our hand on some of these games and play with them, and maybe I'll include them in Sunday's Bit by Bit. We'll just have to wait and see. And from my friends over at TimeExtension.com, the Saturn Saroo has a new firmware update that's out, but it is not an official update from the company who built it. So the Saroo is an ODE, an optical drive emulator. Sorry, optical data. I am far too busy at work to be making those kind of comments and mistakes. Anyway, the Saroo is very popular because you can use a micro SD card, plug it into this cartridge, then plug that into your Sega Saturn, and you don't have to modify any of the internals in order to be able to play all the games that you have on that format. Really cool. It's very popular. It's been out for a little over a year, I think, at this point, but there's been a new firmware released by a creator or developer named YZB. It has some upsides and it has some downsides. So let's go through the upsides first. It includes cheat codes, audio video players, and support for photo CDs. That's all very cool. Talk about the downsides, though, and there's a lot of them, just like the article says. First off, only available in Chinese. That pretty much kills it for me. I can't read Chinese, so that would be like torture. I would have no idea what I was doing. It also upgrades the chip firmware directly, which is what firmware does. It could brick the Saroo, which would not be good, especially depending upon how expensive it could be for you to have purchased originally. You'd hate for it to get bricked. This is the one that really troubled me, though. So it's got copyrighted files in the firmware update for Ultraman and King of Fighters 95 included. I think that's a bad idea. I think Sega is going to be just as likely to go after this YZB person as Nintendo was to go after that guy from the Reddit forum who had the whole... I think this is a bad idea. And it could also get the Saroo into trouble. So if you're a developer out there, please don't do this. This is just not a good thing for the rest of us. This is going to get people in trouble, in my opinion. Anyway, let's see what else. The photo CD that it's talking about, it comes from the Japan-only photo CD operator disc, and the audio player uses Sega Sound Driver. Saying it's pretty dodgy, I don't know what that means. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments for those who are way more knowledgeable about this system and how it's used than I am. Then the last thing, right here in this last little paragraph, let me unhighlight that and highlight this. Here we go. So the save files that you create in the official Saroo firmware will not work with YZBs or vice versa. So depending upon where you've saved your games to this point, if you've saved them in official firmware previously and you put this firmware on your Saroo, none of those save files are going to work anymore. So just like the author of this article says, I would avoid this one at all costs. And now from hardcoregamer.com, they are putting on the Indie Horror Showcase 2025, not this website, but Dread XP and The Mix. Now, they do this for the last couple of years. They have done this for the last couple of years, and it's been very popular. The last live stream last year apparently got like 60,000 concurrent viewers, which is really, really cool if you ask me. But let's take a look at some of the studios participating. Neon Doctrine, Outer Sloth, Night Dive Studios, Atari is also in there, ladies and gentlemen. Then we've also got AMC Games, Bloomhouse, Yacht Club Games, and more. Last year, I think there was something like 30 to 60 trailers in this showcase. That's what the whole showcase is. It's a bunch of trailers hosted by these two people, John Wolfe and BigGaming64, who are big in the horror game YouTube movement. Let's see what to expect. It's going to be at 10 a.m. on October the 23rd, which is why I waited till now. This article came out about a month ago, or like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I wanted to wait till now so it would be a little bit more relevant to you in your planning for what you might do on not tomorrow, but October 23rd, the next Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. in the United Kingdom, 7 p.m. in Central Europe. So anybody who's in any of those different countries, that gives you an idea of when to log in and watch from their YouTube channel. Let's take a look. There have been a couple of the games that are speculated on that they'll probably be showcased. Mina the Howler looks like it'll be up there. And Yacht Club Games is likely going to show off Mina the... Oh, yeah. Sorry, same one, Mina the Howler. There's another Mina that's down here. You'll see Bloomhouse, going to show Chrysalis Theater of Idols and Sleep Awake. And let's see, down here, yeah, Outer Sloth, there we are. I was like, what? There's another Mina. Am I Mina? So I don't know if those games are related or not, just coincidence that they have the same name maybe, or maybe those two people publishing houses know each other. I don't know. Anyway, they also have, where is it? Yeah, right here. They have a YouTube trailer for the showcase of trailers if you want to go watch that beforehand. It's pretty cute and funny. There's a couple of little cute Easter eggs in it that you might want to take a look at. Look at the no trespassing sign. All I'm going to say, but October 23rd, I'm going to be tuned into their YouTube channel to check this one out. All right, and from eventhubs.com, is it possible that we might be getting a Sega Saturn fighting game compilation in the near future? Well, a couple of bigwigs in the industry think they would like to tackle it. Seiji Aoki, the leader of Sega's legacy Virtua Fighter team, he was asked if there's any plans to do such a thing, and he said, I've definitely seen those compilations and thought we should do something like that. Now, this is the guy who has been bringing back Virtua Fighter 5 to the competitive gaming scene, so, you know, obviously he could get it done if he wanted to, I would think, depending upon what the head guys at Sega say. But who else is also interested? Digital Eclipse's Stephen Frost. He's the head of production at Digital Eclipse, and we know him very well. He did the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This guy has got his hands in the Digital Eclipse offerings, which we love here at GenXGrownUp. You guys have seen us talk about them, show them off in live streams, give away keys to them all the time. We love what Digital Eclipse does with their collections. So he says, because I'm a fighting game fan, I would be interested in doing a Sega Saturn-based fighting game collection. So all the fighting games from the Sega Saturn, like Virtua Fighters, Fighting Vipers, all that stuff in a single collection. Guys, I'd be buying that before they even released it if I could. That would be a pre-order for me. What about you? And finally, from GameSpot.com, here's another list, ladies and gentlemen, that was submitted to me over on our Discord server. So that's GenXGrownUp.com/Discord if you'd like to join and have great conversations with all the fun folks who like content just like you're watching right now. It's a blast. It's a great community, all super friendly and supportive. And this was sent to me by Majestic Moose over on Discord in my little forum that I have, a little channel for bit by bit stuff. Best retro games of all time. All right. First of all, you can tell from this graphic, I'm pretty sure this is going to be console-based, not arcade, probably not even PC. It looks to be console-based. I mean, you know, we've got Mario here, and we got, what the hell's his name from Legend of Zelda? Link. Damn. Anyway, we've got some stuff here. Let's just take a look at this list. So, let's see how classic rock. You guys know I don't look at the list ahead of time. I wait until we're watching this video, and then I watch it, and you guys see my first reaction. Smashing Pumpkins, Jimi Hendrix. Fact that best retro games of all time now has to include PlayStation 2 and Xbox is existentially frightening. I'll agree with that. Ultimately, a testament to just how much games of the present owe to the trailblazers who finally had 3D toys to play with, still turned out masterpieces. Okay. All right, so NES, Genesis, Atari, yeah, this is going to be console-based, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. The best place to start on every single major console. All right, let's see if I get upset or not. What's the first one? Super Breakout on the Atari. This has got to be for the 2600. Let's see. Yep, Breakout on the 2600 is the winner, almost by default. Ooh, I love me some 2600, and there's very few games on there that I don't enjoy to one degree or another, but Super Breakout being the best on that console, no love for Yars, no love for adventure. What about Pitfall? Oh, I don't think I agree with that. It's hard for me to say no to a 2600 game, but I don't think I can agree that that's the best one on that console. Let's keep going. All right, here's from the image, Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. Now, wouldn't you have started people off with Super Mario Brothers instead of Mario Brothers 3 on the NES? I mean, it was I think probably had the most sales of any game on that system. I would have done that. Let's see. In fact, Mario 3 just feels fresh and intricate, and vast as the date is released. Okay, maybe, I guess. I don't know. I think I would have gone with Mario Brothers instead. Phantasy Star on the Sega Master System. I didn't have a Sega Master System, I don't believe. Don't remember playing Phantasy Star. You guys let me know in the comments down below if this one's a good pick. Air Zonk on the TurboGrafx 16. Again, another one you guys will have to let me know about. Let's keep going. Phantasy Star 4 on the Genesis. Was Sonic on the Genesis, right? Why would you not put Sonic in this spot? Let's see. Genesis, absolute breaking point from the heavy reliance on manga-style panel storytelling. So, yeah, it was a big, ambitious game, but does that necessarily make it the best? Okay, let's keep going. Sega CD Snatcher. Never heard of it. You guys let me know. Virtua Fighter. Okay, I love me some Virtua Fighter on the 32X. Okay. Yeah. I don't know that system well enough to say, but I love Virtua Fighter, so I'm not going to get mad at that one on the list. Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Super Nintendo. Boy, I'm just out of my element, guys. I apologize, but you guys are going to have to really educate me in the comments down below. Let's see, Castlevania on the PS1, again, another system I didn't have. I kind of went from the 2600 to PCs for a long time, and then really didn't get back into console gaming until the Xbox 360. So this list is not going to have a lot on it that I'm going to know. But Castlevania, love all the Castlevania stuff. You guys, is Symphony of the Night a good game? Is it the best on the PS1? I've never heard about it before, so seems surprising. I've heard of other PS1 games, but okay, let's keep going. Saturn, the Panzer Dragoon Saga. Okay, again, no Sonic mentions. Let's keep going. Nintendo 64, Legend of Zelda. Which one did GoldenEye come out for? Was that the Cube or the 64? Would have thought, but Legend of Zelda, good solid gaming franchise, so I can't get too mad at that. All right, well, you guys wanted me to blow up. Here we go. Bullshit. Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast? No. Shenmue, absolutely best game ever on the Dreamcast. I don't care what they say in this article. Nope. I don't care. Tony Hawk, no, I don't care. No way that this is better than Shenmue. Shenmue got like three, got like 2 sequels. There were 3 of them. I'm not saying the other ones were all that great or anything, but the first one blew my mind on the Dreamcast. Still have it. Still have my original Dreamcast just because of that game. No. Okay, let's go. PlayStation 2, Shadow of the Colossus. I didn't have a PS2, as I've already said. Xbox. I got the Xbox 360. Psychonauts. I would have thought there would have been some other stuff out there for the Xbox that would have been more popular. Let's see. GameCube, Legend of Zelda again for another Nintendo. I know Legend of Zelda is very popular on the Nintendo platform, but I would have thought GoldenEye would have been in one of those places. I don't remember which one it came out for. Anyway, if I'm way off base, you guys let me know down in the comments below. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. So, here we go. All right, sorry that took so long, but I'm happy that you stayed around all the way to the end. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. We do appreciate you, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye-bye. That's going to do it for the news making headlines in the gaming world right now. I am George, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep on bringing you the news bit by bit.